How's it going? Today we're going to be going over how to actually put on weight if you have a slow metabolism. I started off super skinny, so this helped me a lot. So I guess let's just get right into it. Actually, first, before we do anything, this is what we're going to do. I want you to do this right now if you're watching. Go to calorie-calculator.net. You're going to put in your age, your height, and your weight, and then you're going to answer this question about how active you are, and then it will give you a calculation on what your maintenance, your weight loss, and your extreme weight loss calories are. It'll also give you your bulking calories somewhere. Or, well, for bulking, you just add on 500 calories onto your maintenance calories. So right here, it would be about 3,000. But after you do that, you're going to have your bulking calories. And that number's really important. You need to stick to it. You need to track. And the best app that I would recommend for tracking would be MyFitnessPal. That's what I've been using. It's free. And that's really the only reason I use it is because it's free. All right, but let's get into it. So I broke it down into three different main sections. So structured eating, consistency and routine, and progressive strength training. First, we're going to get into structured eating. So what you want to do is spread out 3 to 4 meals throughout the day, have protein in every single meal, and have carbs around your training, so before and after your workouts. To build muscle with a slow metabolism, you have to eat consistently. So aim for 3 to 4 meals spread throughout the day evenly. So this keeps your body fueled and it signals it to continue to grow. I don't know where that went. There. And for protein in every meal, I want you to aim for 1 gram per pound of body weight. So if you spread that throughout 4 meals per day with 30 to 40 grams of protein, you'd get 120 to 160 grams of protein. And the reason that you need carbs around your training is because carbs are your body's primary fuel source, especially during workouts. Eating carbs before and after training helps replenish glycogen stores in your muscles, giving you more energy and aiding recovery. This means you'll have better performance and faster muscle growth. If you're not eating carbs before your lift, you're probably going to get you're not going to get a nasty pump. You're going to get a shitty pump. You're going to feel like shit. You're going to feel groggy. And yeah, so you need carbs. All right, so let's get into consistency and routine. You're going to need 7 to 9 hours of sleep daily. You're going to have to stick to the plan for 8 to 12 weeks minimum. You might start seeing progress around 5 to 6 weeks. It's different for everybody depending on what your starting point is. And you're going to need to track your body weight weekly. The reason for all of this is because growth happens when effort compounds over long periods of time. If you're not sticking to it, if you're not putting in the daily inputs, you're not going to see the results. It's almost like if you were to practice for any kind of sport. If you're not going to practice every day, if you don't show up to practice, you're not going to get better. So why would it be any different with the gym and your fitness? All right, for progressive strength training, these are the main 3 things that you should be focusing on. Number 1, train till failure. Number 2, prioritize compound lifts. And number 3, add reps or weight weekly. When you train to failure, it is to maximize muscle growth, meaning you're pushing yourself to your limit each and every set. Training till failure means you do as many reps as you can until you can't maintain good form anymore. So once your form starts breaking down, say if you're doing the bench press, say you're pushing your last rep and you need to arch the fuck out of your back, that's when you stop because your form is broken, And training till failure, it signals your muscles to adapt and grow stronger because they're like, oh shit, I wasn't able to push that weight when I needed to, so I'm going to build myself back up so I can do it next time. And you need to prioritize compound lifts First of all, compound lifts are like squats, bench, and deadlifts. They engage multiple different muscle groups at once, giving you more bang for your buck. This not only helps build strength faster, but it also stimulates more muscle growth overall. And why you need to add reps or weight weekly is to it's called progressive overload. So you either need to add a little bit more weight or a little bit more reps each week, and you should be tracking these things. You should be tracking your sets, your reps, and how much weight that you did. This consistent increase challenges your muscles and drives continuous growth. All right, so next, I'm going to go over like what a day of eating would look like. So simple fat loss / muscle build plan. With your maintenance calories, you would be able to build this out. You could literally go into ChatGPT and tell it your maintenance calories or give it your bulking calories, tell it your goals. And then you could also, here, I'll give you the whole freaking thing right here. You can screenshot this. You could also mix out whatever, like, okay, so breakfast, I have a bunch of different options that you could use for breakfast here, a bunch of different options for lunch, dinner, snacks, and then the simple rules. Eat 3 to 4 per day meals. Each meal contains protein, a carb, and a fruit or a vegetable. And then drink mostly water throughout the day. You should be drinking at least a gallon. That's like what most people need, unless you're like way bigger, or maybe unless you're like sweating all day at work and you're losing a lot of water, you should be drinking more than a gallon. And then prioritize whole foods 80 to 90% of the time. Because if you're eating like Taco Bell, or if you're eating a bunch of weird freezer food, you're not going to be getting the micronutrients that you actually need day to day. You're just going to probably end up bloating and you're not going to recover at all. And you're just going to feel like crap the next day. And that's probably how your life has been going. But overall, it's not really that hard. You literally just need to schedule out your stuff. You just need to schedule out your meals every single day and stick to it. Stick to one specific plan per day, you know? Like the way you eat going from day to day shouldn't really change all that much. But obviously, if you're not feeling it, like if you're trying to fucking force feed yourself some food, obviously you can you can eat different meals, like what I have here. So going back through and editing this, I realized I could have worded that a little bit better. So if you're trying to force feed yourself a meal, or maybe if you're just not feeling it overall, you can substitute something else. It's not that big of a deal. Just make sure it has the same amount of micronutrients and the same amount of calories. And there's so many different ChatGPT searches that you can do for all of these things. Or you could just DM me standard on Instagram and I will build this all out for you. But I think that is it for this video. Go implement. See ya.